Now, thinking about putting fish into this water feature, the first thing I'd recommend doing is dosing the water with a water ager, some KH powder and some GH salts. Then bring a sample of water down to the shop, let us check it for you, make sure everything's okay before you add the fish. You only want to add a small amount of fish at a time and let those fish become accustomed and cycle and so forth until you put more in. Keep the amount of fish minimal in a situation like this, particularly if you might have to be turning the fountain off. And then just have some sort of water change strategy for the pond. So topping up the pond is fine. The evaporation on these sorts of ponds, particularly outside, can actually be quite amazing, but you need some strategy for changing the water. One strategy for changing the water might just be chuck a siphon a bit of water out. Otherwise, in my old house I had a similar type situation, and what I do is just make sure that whenever I watered the grass, I just do it with a 20-litre bucket from the pond. So all I do is just grab some water out of the pond, throw it on the grass. Eventually we're probably going to have plants and so forth growing around here, so if you water your plants with your pond, you just need some plan to make sure there's water coming out of the pond, because the water change is included when the water comes out. The water change is not included when you're just putting water in. Otherwise you'll have accumulants that'll build up in the water, and those accumulants over time will cause you problems. So whether you're siphoning some water out, say once a month, whether you're bucketing a bit of water out to water the garden once a week, it doesn't matter what you do as long as you have some strategy and understand that a water change and a water top up is not the same thing.